So let us start with a set of introductions. We'll start with the alphabets that start your name. So we'll start off with Akash. Akash, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, and then we'll take it forward.
Hi, my name is Akash, and I'm going into fourth grade. I like to draw, read books, and yeah.
Okay.
I like Harry Potter because of the mystery
Mm-hmm.
and because of the imagination.
Okay.
And I was first introduced to Harry Potter by my dad.
Wow. So it must be fun, right? For you, Harry Potter, you like Harry Potter a lot?
Yeah.
Okay. And I can see that you're wearing Harry Potter spectacles also. Good. We'll talk about that. So let's move to, no, we'll go to next, Adi. Adi, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself? Oh, there's something hanging from your face there. One second, I can't hear your voice. You'll have to unmute yourself, Adi. No, you'll have to unmute. You're still muted. We'll need to figure that out. Let's get it for a moment. We'll come back to you. While you figure out that mute, we'll come back to the introduction. Just see if you can unmute yourself, okay? Let's go to Divyam. Divyam, you'll have to unmute yourself. Yeah.
Um, hi, my name's Divya. I'm going into seventh grade, and I like Harry Potter because it's really imaginative, like Akash said, and I like how it always keeps you on your toes because what's in the tasks as well. At 1 second, you thought how you're gonna do the second task, and then someone's gonna find out that it's like let's say like Cedric Diggory actually helped them, which you have never thought. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. Okay. So housekeeping, just go ahead and mute yourself. We'll go back to Adi now. Adi, I've seen that you have gone ahead and unmuted yourself. Go ahead, Adi.
Yeah. I'm Adi, and I got introduced to the Harry Potter series because my sister, she was watching, she read Harry Potter, and while she was watching the movies after she read the books, I watched it with her and kind of got interested, so I read the books after watching the movies.
Wonderful.
And so it just got better because
I'm very curious to see what is hanging from your face, but we'll come to that in a minute. Okay. Yeah, let's go to now Vihan. Vihan, can you unmute yourself? Yeah.
I'm Vihan, and I'm going to fourth grade. I like to play piano, guitar, read books, and play basketball and cricket. And I like Harry Potter because it's really adventurous, and Harry always gets into a fight with Lord Voldemort and always escapes. And yeah, and I really like the magic because
Vihan? Okay. Vihan, you're freezing, I think. Vivan, let's go to Vivan. Yeah, I think you're back. Can you talk? We'll come.
Huh?
Yeah.
Wait, did you hear me?
Yeah.
Did you hear me?
Yeah, I heard that you were talking, that you got interested. Can you talk a little bit more?
So I like it because it's really adventurous, and Harry's always getting into a fight with Lord Voldemort and escaping, and also because of the suspense. Like when Harry passes the first task, I really want to know what the second task would be and if he would pass it. And then when he passed that, I wanted to know if he would pass the third task and win.
Wonderful. Okay. Let's go to Vivan now. Vivan?
Hi, so my name is Vivan. I'm going into 6th grade this year, and I like Harry Potter a lot, mainly because of like the adventure, fantasy, and mystery, but also because I started reading it when I was really young. I think like when I was 3 or 4 years old, my mom introduced me to the books, and I really liked them. So,
Wonderful.
yeah.
Okay, so now we will do a reverse round. We'll start with Vivan, and we can start talking about something of Harry Potter that you like, maybe a robe or a tie. Why don't you showcase what you have?
Well, right now I'm wearing robe, and I also have like a wand and this necklace. It's a pocket watch from the Deathly Hallows, not the Goblet of Fire, but still Harry Potter.
So
And then I
Harry.
just have these are my normal glasses, not Harry Potter glasses, official glasses.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. So we'll go to next Vihan.
So I have an owl Hedwig. It's Harry's owl. And then I have a broomstick.
Wow. So what broomstick is this? Is the same broomstick in the Goblet? No, very. Uh, what is this broomstick called?
I'm pretty sure it's a firebolt, but I don't know because of this language.
Oh, okay. Okay, we'll figure that out. Okay.
And I have a Hogwarts Express.
Okay. Lift it up, or you have to take it down. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Okay.
That's all.
That-
And I even have these Harry Potter glasses. And this is the password to open the Marauder's map.
Oh, Marauder's map. Okay, fantastic. That's wonderful. Okay, now we go to Divyam. Oh, there's a nice Harry Potter poster on your back.
Yeah, I don't really have anything that I own of Harry Potter, so I just printed out a picture of Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
Goblet of Fire. Wonderful. Okay, let's go to Adi next. Adi, you'll have to again unmute. Yeah.
I have a Ravenclaw cap, and this is a Ravenclaw mini flag hanging from my glasses. I also have a Gryffindor robe and tie.
Oh,
Plus,
wow.
I have this wand that lights up.
The one that lights up. Okay. Wonderful. Now let's move last, not the least, to Mr. Akash.
So this is my scarf, tie, and glasses, which I got from when I dressed up as Harry Potter for Halloween, and my dad bought this one from London, and I made this on my birthday,
Wow.
and I made a few drawings over there, which you can see over there,
Wonderful.
and I also have this Great Hall Hogwarts Lego, but it's not here right now.
Okay. But show me what you made again, Akash. That name. Can you show me that the thing that you made? And you made it yourself?
Yeah, like I used a stencil.
Okay. Well, this is
And-
very nice.
I painted it.
Very nice. Very nice. Good. Okay. So now that all of you are comfortable with everything, let's get into discussing Harry Potter. So, what book are we talking about today?
Goblet of Fire.
Goblet of Fire.
Yeah, we're talking Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire today. Okay. This is which book? Sixth book, seventh book, ninth book, 12th book. Vivan? Oh, you're showing fourth book. Okay. Fourth book. Okay. All of you are sure it's a fourth book. Okay. So, if it is the fourth book, which grade is Harry Potter in? Fourth? Sure? All of you? That's fine. Fourth. Okay. Okay. Let's not put it in the thing. So he's in the fourth year. Let's call it that way, right? Rather than fourth grade. He's in the fourth year of school. Okay. Now, let us think about how this book started. And think about, did this book start nicely in with Dursleys? Did this book start in a little bit more darker mode? What do you think? Go ahead, Vihan.
It started kind of darker. Like his parents were dead, and the Dursleys were treating him really bad.
Okay. What happened in the starting of the book? Go ahead, V1.
I'm pretty sure that gardener guy was killed by Voldemort.
So this is the first book where a killing happens in the moment the book starts. Correct? So it starts to open up in a very dark mode, right? And so let us go ahead and try to understand this book a little better, right? It starts off dark, and how does it end? Does it end nicely? Does it end the same way? Okay, Vihan first.
Wait, are you talking about this book or the whole
No,
series?
the book. Does it? I don't want the ending. I want. Does it end with a good feeling? Does it end with a bad feeling? Does it end with a...
Ends with like a medium feeling because Cedric died, but Harry got the money and he gave it a friend boy, and he was happy. So it's kind of a medium feeling.
Vivan, you raised your hand.
So during the end kind of starts out a little dark because Cedric dies, and then they find out that Professor Moody is actually like Barty Crouch and everything, and Voldemort also comes back, so that's kind of bad. But Harry also wins the Triwizard Tournament, and he goes back home and stuff. So it's a little happy, but I think there's a lot of like dark stuff there.
Not dark stuff. Okay. So Akash, this is a question for you. It's a question starting with you, but it can be answered by anybody after you answer it, right?
Okay.
So when we look at the Quidditch World Cup, right? What excited you the most in that?
Well, when they won.
Mm-hmm.
And I also liked how they described how the villas, and I got to know about a new creature in Harry Potter. So
which is the creature?
The villa.
The villa, okay. Anybody else? Anything else? Anything that excited about the Quidditch World Cup? Something that you found very nice? Adi, you have to mute yourself when you speak. I can hear you. I can see you speaking. Yeah, go ahead.
I like the part where they showed the tents and how when they went in, it was just huge. But when they went outside, like there were still chimneys for them and all. It was cool how the tents were designed.
Okay. And did you notice that the fact that there was this whole idea of trying to get so many people of the magical world into one place without the Muggles knowing about it? The innkeeper Robert, they had to keep wiping his memory so many times, right? You remember that?
Yeah.
Okay, so these were just some warm-up questions. Okay, just one other question I'll ask. With respect to Hermione, right? Obviously, throughout the book, she was trying to drive a social cause. She was trying to do something for somebody. What was she trying to do, and for whom? Divya. She was trying to save somebody. She was trying to talk about somebody.
Rita Skeeter.
Not Rita. What was she trying to? She was trying to help out whom? Was she trying to help out Hagrid? Was she trying to help out some animals?
Harry?
Do you know somebody by the name of starts with a Dobby? What is Dobby?
House elf.
Yeah. So she was trying to help the elves, right? Now what was the association she called for that? Okay, Akash.
Okay. It's called the Society for the Promotion of Elfish Welfare.
Okay. Adi, you're off. Yeah, thank you. Okay, these were all warm-up questions. Okay, now let's get into what we used to call connecting the dots, right? Uh, let's first understand something. So when we talk about connecting the dots, right, we're talking about there are events or breadcrumbs that are put throughout the story, which gets us an aha moment in the end. So let's understand something that I'm talking about. First question, again, anybody can answer it. We'll start with this. What were the key things that we started to understand that gave us the idea finally that Barty is the guy who is impersonating Moody? Can you think through all the things? If you think through the book, what were all the things that you heard? We'll start with Akash. He raised his hand first.
He was always drinking from his flask and.
Perfect.
Oh wait.
He was always drinking. Everybody thought he was an alcoholic, drinking a lot of this thing, right? But he was drinking something else. Vivan.
So there were a couple things. So first of all, Snape said that somebody kept on stealing ingredients for the polyjuice potion.
Right.
So somebody must have been using that. And also, Professor Moody kept on helping Harry, which resulted in him bringing Voldemort back to life.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I think in the books, on the Marauders map, he saw Barty Crouch Jr.'s name, but when he went there, it was only Moody.
It was only Moody. Okay, anybody else? More else? Vihan. You have to unmute yourself. Yeah.
I was gonna say the same thing. Like the Marauders map, like Harry saw Barty's name, and then Moody picked it up, saying that it was his.
Okay.
And,
No,
and Moody drank from his hip flask.
Correct. So let me ask you one thing. In the Quidditch World Cup, Winky kept a space open for her master, right? Remember? There was a space kept by Winky, which was never occupied. Right? But it was actually occupied. You know that, right?
Bye.
It was Barty who was wearing an invisibility cloak watching it, right? That's point number one. Second is, all through the book, you feel that Winky is worried about something. Okay? If you think that Winky's master was Barty, and Barty had died a long time back, then why is Winky worried about it? That's the second piece. Third piece, can anybody explain to me why Couch was he was crazy, right? Throughout the thing, you will see that he was crazy. He was doing things. Why? The aha moment comes in when you see that he had actually taken Barty out of Azkaban. And he was hiding him in his house. And Winky was there taking care of him. And then Barty disappeared. Right? That's why Couch is already walking all over the place, not entering his office, talking in a very muddled language. So that is another sign that we saw. Another one I wanted to talk to you. Remember, there was an incident when there was an intruder in Moody's house. You remember that? Who was that was the time maybe when Moody was subdued by Barty. Right? So you see that all these small things throughout various parts of the book that add up to the final thing is, yes, it has to be Barty, correct? Other thing I wanted to talk about is, throughout the book, in the beginning, they show Barty. In the middle, when Harry goes into the pensive, they show Barty, correct? Right? Why was Barty being talked so much about? What role did he have to play? So what I wanted to think about how the author or the writer is trying to bring in various small tidbits together, dropping these breadcrumbs, and finally the truth comes out. And then you look back and say, yes, if all these things have happened, this is what makes sense, right? So let's go back. There's one more thing I wanted to ask you. So remember, there was a time when they were about to go to the Quidditch World Cup, and Mr. Weasley does an Accio trick to take out all the toffees from the twins. That was the first time Harry heard of that. Is it Accio or Akishio? What is that?
Actually,
Accio. What is it?
I don't know.
Okay, that thing which summons things, right? Why was it important for him to learn that? Vivan first.
Because he used it to summon his broomstick during the first task. Otherwise, the dragon would have eaten him or something.
Perfect. So essentially, what he was saying is because he learned that spell, he could summon his broomstick, right? When at what point, when it was extremely critical, did he use that spell again? Go ahead, Akash.
When he was at Voldemort's father's grave, and he needed to get the port key to go back.
Perfect. So there were two critical things that he did in this whole book that were tied to the fact that he learned a new trick, which was tied to the fact that somebody was trying to take out some candy from somebody's thing. You understand? So this trend, you see this thread which is going through. Okay, so let's talk about one more thing. Whenever these Triwizards were supposed to go, there was something called as a weighing the wands. What was weighing the wands? Okay, Akash.
Before the Triwizard tournament, they had to check each other's wands to see if they worked efficiently.
Okay. So what did we come to know during that weighing the wand session that became important later on? There's something about Harry's wand that we came to know. Think about it. Go ahead, Vihan. Vihan.
It's from the same Harry's wand has a feather of a phoenix, and Voldemort's wand has a feather of the same phoenix, so they have the same core.
And how was it important?
Because those two wands can't really fight unless you force them to.
Okay. And how did it help in the book towards the end?
So at the end, so he and Voldemort were fighting, and then since they had the same core of their wands, there was like a golden light thing, and there was like these beads, like their spells, so Harry said Expelliarmus, and Voldemort said Avada Kedavra, and their spells combined, and then there was like a bead thing that moved to Voldemort, and then back to Harry, and then back to Voldemort.
Okay. So basically, Vivan, you went to say something. Yeah, go ahead.
So since their wands shared the same core, they did this thing called Priori Incantatum, which basically performed the last spell that Voldemort had cast, which basically brought all the ghosts back of everyone he'd killed, and they distracted him long enough for Harry to escape.
Perfect. Makes sense. So one other thing, Adi, I'll ask you one more question, right? And Divyam, I'll come to you after that. So Adi, remember during the time when Moody was teaching them the unforgivable curses, right? So he taught them the first curse, which is the Imperious Curse. Did he try it on Harry?
No. He tried all three of them on spiders.
But think about it. There is a time somebody tried the Imperious Curse on Harry. And Harry was supposed to jump into something, but he tries to figure out why is he trying to do that. Just think about it. Anybody did they see in the book? Go ahead, Vihan. Vihan, you have to unmute.
Okay. So Moody put it Imperious Curse on all of them, like each of the kids, so that they'll know how it feels. So when he put it on Harry, he got a feeling of happiness on him, and then Moody said, like, jump on the table, and then in the back of Harry's head, he's like, why should I jump on the table? So he tried jumping on the table and he tried not jumping on the table at the same time. So he ended up like hitting the table.
Okay. So why is that important?
Because that's the first time Harry got to know how the Imperious curse feels, and he was able to fight it off after like a few more tries.
I'll again ask that again to everybody. Why was this important? Why was this scene important? Because Voldemort tries to put the Imperious curse when they meet up, and Harry resists it. He's already seen the Imperious curse. You remember? So these are all connecting the dots. Something that happens in the very beginning of the book, touching to something else that happens in the later part of the book. So whenever you start reading books like this, right, try to figure out what these breadcrumbs are, how they roll. And I'll just try to pick up one more thing, right? So the other one I wanted to talk about was you looked at it, right, Mr. This was Neville started to look at herbology, right? So obviously in the movie it was Neville who suggests gillyweed to Harry Potter, but in the book it is Dolby who gives it to him, right? But the whole idea was so that Neville can understand herbology to be able to go ahead and take care of the gillyweed requirement, right? So these are all topics that are very important to look at. Okay. So the other one I wanted to talk about was, by the way, do you think, from your perspective, right, as you think through this, are there any of these breadcrumbs that you saw that you want to talk about? Anything that made interesting things for you? Tell me what happens to Harry's wand in the Quidditch tournament? Vihan?
So when the Death Eaters like take the Muggles and make them fly up, they all fled into the forest. And when Harry tries to get his wand to light it, he finds that it's not there, and then someone casts the death mark with his wand. So people are blaming him.
Okay. So remember that the death mark was actually generated by Harry's wand. And who took it? Not Vihan, somebody else. Who took it? Akash.
Barty Crouch Jr.
Barty Crouch Jr. Okay. So this was a kind of a thought that I was trying to think. And think about when you go through this kind of books, right? What are these things that touch each other, right? How do you string through a lot of these questions? So now we will get into the next set of questions. And these questions, I'm hoping all of you are prepared very well. You're going to ask your questions to your friends and let us see who answers. So you become the quiz master for a time. So we are going to start off with, is everybody prepared with their questions, first of all? Okay. So let's go ahead and first have...
With the 5 questions that we made with our group?
No, your one question that you wanted to ask yourself. Everybody.
Okay.
So we will start with Mr. Akash, starting with A. Okay. Akash, your question to everybody else. These are not the 5 questions that you're going to ask the other team. It's your own question. Do you have something like that?
What do you mean?
One question that you are asking everybody else. It's not the list of the 5 questions. Any question that you would like to ask to all the other 4.
Like a trivia question?
A trivia question.
Okay. What is the name of the shellfish stew that Fleur Delacour took from the Gryffindor table?
Oh, that's a tough one. Does anybody know the answer for that? Akash, you'll have to answer it. That's a tough one.
Okay. I don't know if this is the correct way to pronounce it, but it's called bouillabaisse.
Okay. That is a nice one. I have to note it down now. Okay. We'll go. Adi, you're next. Do you have the question?
Yeah, I have it ready.
Okay.
Who is the only student who is still standing after the portkey delivers them at the World Cup?
Okay. We've got two. Let's start with Vihan. Vihan raised his hand first.
Cedric Diggory.
Yeah.
But I thought there were 3 or 4 people, right?
But he was the only one left
No
standing.
student. Okay. Okay. Let's next move to Divyam. Your question. Divyam, you have to unmute. Yeah.
It's a question I have myself, right?
Yeah.
So I don't even know the answer for it at all.
You have to know the answer. You have to answer it.
I think I might know it.
Hmm?
So it's like, why does Mr. Fudge not believe Dumbledore that Voldemort has risen again? There's so much proof that Dumbledore has shown to him. I don't know the answer for that.
Okay. That's okay. Let's discuss that as a question. But why doesn't Mr. Fudge believe? And this could be different answers, right? Let the panelists say. Let's start with Vivan. Vivan, why doesn't Fudge believe?
I can't hear you. What do you say?
So why doesn't Fudge believe that Voldemort is back, even though Harry Potter comes and talks to him about it? Dumbledore tries to tell him. Fudge doesn't believe it.
It's mainly because Fudge doesn't want to believe that Voldemort is back. Partially because he's afraid. Partially because he doesn't want to have to deal with that. Like being Minister of Magic, he'll have to deal with Voldemort. And the last time Voldemort came, that was, I think, too much for him.
Too much
He
for
doesn't
him.
want to deal with that again.
Okay. Akash, what do you think?
Well, yeah. My answer is the same as Vivan. He didn't. He was afraid, and he didn't want to believe it.
Okay. Adi, what do you think? Why didn't you believe?
I mean, he didn't want to believe it because if that did happen, then there would be a lot of panic with everyone, and just be a lot of work for him. Plus, the fact that he maybe have to be the person to actually have to go out to kill Voldemort.
Okay. Vihan, you had something?
I had like the same thing as
Can you speak? You had the same thing like?
I have like the same answer as you want.
Okay, makes sense. No, one thing I always think, was it that he did not believe it, or was it that he did not want to show that he believed it? Because he was too scared that if he believed it as the head of Ministry of Magic, then one, it would show panic. Two, he doesn't really want to believe it. So it's a very interesting thought, right? Even in the front of so much information that points to something is happening, people don't tend to believe it for whatever reason. And we do that in our daily lives also, right? We don't want to believe something even though you can see. And in the future, they always say that, in the future when you look back and say, yeah, it all made sense, right? But we don't believe it at that time. Okay, next move to Vihan. Vihan, your question.
My question is, why did Ron like his dressing and what did he do to make it better?
Could you repeat that?
My question is, why didn't wait? Is my voice echoing?
Yeah, it's a little echoing. Can everybody go on mute so that Vihan can speak? Yeah.
Okay, my question is, why didn't Ron like his dress robes and what did he do to make it look better?
Okay. So can we have the answers? First of all, did Ron like his dress robes or not? No, he didn't like his dress robes. Okay. So what did he try to do to make it better? Akash, you raised your hand.
Actually, I don't remember this one.
Okay. Anybody else? Vivan.
I think he either cut off the frill or the sleeves or something. Not sure.
Okay. Adi, you heard the question? There you have mute again.
I don't know.
You don't know. Okay, Vihan, you have to answer.
So he didn't like it because it was maroon dress robes, and he tried to use a severing charm to cut off the laces and the fur.
Okay. Well, that's close. He removed the frill or something like that, right? Okay, let's move to Vivan. Your question. Come on, this has to be a tough question, guys.
Okay. So, in the beginning of the book, the Riddle House where Voldemort is, what village is that house in?
Wow, this was really a tough one. Okay, Akash raised his hand first. Akash, you're on mute.
It was like something Hangleton, like
Okay, Vihan.
It's Little Hangleton. Little Hangleton.
Okay, Vivan, is that right? Okay, this is good. So you want to go for one more round, or do you want to get into the quiz round?
Quiz round.
Okay. So let me understand the teams. I thought Akash, Vihan, and Divyam are Hufflepuff, correct?
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
And Vivan and Adi are Ravenclaw. Okay, so we will start with the Ravenclaw team asking the Hufflepuff team the first question. So who is going to ask the question? Is it Vivan or Adi?
I'll do it. Okay. What do the Weasley twins leave for Dudley to eat?
It's between you, okay? Who is going to answer? Is it Akash? Is it Vihan? Is it Divyam? We'll start with Divyam. Divyam, go ahead.
It was tongue toffee.
Yeah.
That is right, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so point one to Hufflepuff team. So now it's Hufflepuff team to ask the question to Ravenclaw team.
I'll ask it.
Okay.
So the first question. Wait, I'm trying to get into. Okay, what job did Ron get in Spew? SPEW. What job did Ron get in Spew?
Okay, this is a tough one. First of all, somebody tell me what is Spew. Spew, we all know what is Spew, right? No, this is your question, Hufflepuff. No, it's basically Society for Elfish Welfare or something like that. Okay.
Society for the Promotion of Welfare.
Okay. So what job did Ron get in Spew? Or what job did Hermione give to Ron in Spew? Go ahead, Vihan. Vivan, go ahead.
It was like secretary or something, I think.
Secretary of what? What does he do? What was he responsible for?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I think it was the Society for the Promotion of Elfish.
Welfare. That's the name. But what was his role? Was he the president? Was he the vice president? Was he? Okay, shall we give them the answer? Hufflepuff team.
Yeah. Okay.
It's treasurer.
Yeah, it's treasurer.
Okay.
He has to like find stuff. Like he could pin stuff, but make more badges.
Okay. So at the end of round one, Ravenclaw 0, Hufflepuff 1. Okay. Now again, Ravenclaw's second question.
Yay.
Who is going to ask the second question from Ravenclaw?
Vivian, do you want to do it or should I?
You can do it.
Okay. Who is Harry Potter's secret heartache?
Secret what?
Wait, what did you say?
Who is Harry Potter's secret heartache?
Or what?
That's a tough one.
What?
Wait,
Show?
What is Harry Potter's secret?
Heartache.
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 Oh,
What's the
Okay.
heartache?
Heartache. Somebody who.
No hints. No hints. No
No
hints.
hits. No hits. No hits. Oh no. By the way, Akash, if you want to answer it, you're from the Hufflepuff team. You can answer it.
Cho Chang?
No.
No. Divyam, you want to answer? Okay. By the way, is there anybody from the audience who can do it?
No.
Hey, by the way, we'll just take a break before we'll give the audience a little time, right? They can answer this question, but before that, I wanted to show you. You're able to see all the comments that you're getting. Let me put some comments here so that you can all see how people are reacting to what you're saying.
Oh yes.
Do you see this? These are all the comments that you're getting.
Yeah.
Okay, Minnie was very excited when you got 1 point, Hufflepuff.
So if the audience says
By the way,
the
Adi, somebody else was actually talking about the same thing. No hints.
okay. If they don't know the answer, we'll give it to the audience and we get a point.
But you get the point anyway. Well, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and look at this, right? Let's get the answer in there. So who's going to answer it? Adi, why don't you answer?
Me?
Yeah, give the answers to everybody. So that
The answer is Padfoot.
Padfoot. Who's Padfoot, by the way? Vihan, Vivan, you are muted.
I made a quiz on the Harry Potter Goblet of Fire like years ago, and so I used this question. I really don't remember, but
Who is Padfoot? By the way, what is the name of Padfoot? Who is Padfoot? Come on, guys. Akash.
I'm Sirius Black.
Sirius Black. Correct. Padfoot is Sirius.
we get a point.
Yeah.
Wait,
Padfoot
what
is
did
the
you
name
say?
of the dog.
What is heartache?
Heartache is something that something that you really want to do. Something that you really want but can't get.
Oh.
So let's move now. Right now, it is still Hufflepuff 1, Ravenclaw 1. Let's move to the next question.
Ravenclaw got what?
Yeah, because you
When
couldn't
did
answer it, right?
Ravenclaw
You didn't answer this last question.
Wait, when did
didn't
yeah,
answer.
so wait, Ravenclaw get
Actually,
what?
you're right, Vihan. It's still 0 Ravenclaw, 1 Hufflepuff. You're right, absolutely right. So, because you have to answer the question right to get a point. Okay, so let's go to the next question. This is again from Hufflepuff to Ravenclaw.
Can I ask the question?
Vihan is asking the question. Vihan, go ahead. Everybody keep your things on mute so that we can talk.
Okay. What did Fred and George bet Ludo Bagman? How much money?
This is the question. How much did Fred and George bet?
What did Fred and George bet Ludo Bagman?
Okay, anybody's got an answer?
This is kind of hard. This is pretty hard though.
Yeah, the question is, what did Fred and George bet Ludo Bagman? Are you able to see the question at the bottom? Come on, this is a tough one. Vihan, this is actually a tough one. Go ahead, Vihan.
50 galleons.
Vihan, I think you should give them the point if they're talking about anything around that. What do you think? Vihan, your thing is frozen again. Just see if you can get it back. Yeah. Vihan, I think you should give it to them, right? We have. You asked the question.
Wait, what? Give them
The answer was some
the
number of
point?
galleons. I think it is close by. Do you want to give it to them?
Give them the point.
30-something galleons. I think it was 15 sickles and some.
Wait, 50 galleons? 50 galleons is not too close.
It's not too bad. It's not too. Is it close or not too close?
50 galleons. Wait, how many galleons?
50.
30. It was 30
It's
something.
not too close. It's not very close. It's not really close.
Okay.
I know
It's not pretty far.
Okay.
It's around 35, I think.
Huh?
It's around 35.
35. Is that close enough?
And I think it was,
Yeah, that's kind of close.
Yeah. You have to stay there, Vihan. I think you're moving a little bit. We want to hear you clearly. So should we give it to them or no?
I think that's kind of close. Like,
Go ahead.
I don't know. Is it possible to give points?
Half a point. Okay, we'll give them half a point. Okay, so the answer to that is this.
well, I was close. Very, very close.
Not close.
They also threw in a fake wand.
Okay, they also threw in a fake one. Okay. So now we will evaluate at this end of the third round. Ravenclaw is half a point. Hufflepuff is 1 point. Okay. Now it's again for Ravenclaw to ask a question. This time will Vivan be asking the question? What is the third question from you?
What school did Fleur Delacour come from?
Oh wow, that is an easier one.
Yeah.
Beauxbaton.
Akash. You have to give it to them, right?
I said it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's correct.
Okay, then let's so it's essentially 2 and 0.5. Now round 3 is over. Now it's again question is for Hufflepuff to ask Ravenclaw.
Can I ask it?
Yeah, go ahead, Akash.
Okay. When does Professor Trelawney think
Can
Harry?
everybody go on mute so that we can get that clear?
When does Professor Trelawney think Harry is born?
What? I didn't hear you.
When does Professor Trelawney think Harry's birthday is? Like what time of the year he was born?
Was he born in the summer? Something like that.
I think in December.
So December is what?
Winter.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's midwinter.
Okay.
That's
Okay, so Ravenclaw gets 1 point. So that makes it 1.5 to 1, 1.5 to 2. It's getting close. Okay, now Ravenclaw has to ask a question.
Okay, Okay, so how old do you have to be to legally participate in the Triwizard Tournament?
18.
Answer it. You guys can answer it. Any one of you.
18.
I know this one.
Remember, you are a team. All of you, 3 of you,
I know
tell us,
this.
discuss it with them yourself, and tell what is
It's
the exact amount.
17. It's 17.
No, wait. Which is the
You
final
need to
answer?
be
Is it 18
17
or
or
17? Is it 17 or 18?
17.
Are you sure?
100% 17.
Okay.
Yes,
Vivan,
I'm 100% sure.
Oh, yeah, 17.
Vivan? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so now.
So it's 3 to 1.5. 3 to 1.5.
Okay, now the next question by Hufflepuff to Ravenclaw.
Can I ask it?
Go ahead.
Who are the 2 Bulgarian beakers?
What? You,
Okay.
Oh, what? My computer accidentally turned on.
Who are you?
So one of them was very famous,
That was
right?
actually pretty hard.
Hey, by the way, Hufflepuff team has come out with some very strong questions, huh?
Huh?
Very tough questions. Bulgarian beaters. So they're a part of the Bulgarian team. Ravenkla, it's your answer. You have to answer it.
I think it was Victor. No, wait, no.
Who is it? You were saying?
No.
the seeker is Victor Krum, but the beaters are.
Do we know the answer, beaters?
I'm thinking. I remember I saw this question where I was, researching questions. So I might have to get it.
I'm thinking. Wait, I think I know this one. Give me a second.
Oh my God. I saw this question.
Hey, by the way, when we're asking these questions, I wanted to go ahead and give you the audience comments while we're thinking through it. Somebody said it was a very tough question. Did they ask, is it fall? It was not fall. This one was right for the audience, 17 years.
Their names were like.
No, wait. The beaters were, there was something like I think there was Ivan Volkov.
Yeah, that's right.
There's one that started with a D, like
something Volkanov.
Volkov, okay? Is it right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. Okay, good one, guys. So now it is Ravenclaw 2.5, Hufflepuff 3.
So it's 2.5 to 3. 2.5 to 3.
Okay. So now we will ask the final question.
Okay, so last question. In the book, in the third task, what is the answer to the Sphinx's riddle?
Spider?
Spider. I know. I know.
Okay,
Spider.
Akash put his hand first.
It's spider. Yeah, it's spider.
Is it spider?
Yeah, it's spider.
It's spider. Okay.
4 to 2.5. 4 to 2.5.
Okay, it looked like 4, and now that means now the standing is 4 for Hufflepuff, 2.5.
Can I ask the next question?
Okay, now we'll open it up. Ask the next question.
Okay.
Can I ask the last one?
First, let's ask Akash ask the question. Wait. Akash wanted to ask a question, and then we'll go. Yeah, we'll go. Oh, you can ask. You decide which one. Each one.
Okay.
Right.
Go ahead. Any one of you.
Okay. What is the name of the dragon that called out for the Trivia tournament?
I couldn't hear that.
Yeah. Can everybody go on mute so that he can talk a little clearly? Yeah.
There was a different question. Yeah, that was. I wrote down a different question. We wrote down a different question. Yeah, it was a different question.
That was not anything else. Let me try to see the audience question.
That was not the question.
No, that was not the question. You asked the question. I'm getting an audience question. Let me come back with an audience question for you. Okay. This one is a tough one, huh? Guys, can you listen to me? Audience question. You guys have to all answer it, okay? What is the band that plays at the Yule Ball?
I know.
Okay, Vihan?
It's the Weird Sisters.
Right, absolutely right. Okay. So before that, okay. Next, you were asking a question, right? Who was asking the question?
Me.
Okay, go ahead.
But he said a different question. The question we wrote was different.
Yeah.
Huh?
We wrote down a different question.
Yeah.
Wait, but wasn't that part of the
That's okay. That's okay. Let's do one thing.
No, we had a different question.
Yeah, Vihan, you have to stay.
We had
Vihan, you have to stay calm. You're moving forward and backwards.
Oh, okay. No, but what does Moody mistake for a basilisk get?
okay. So we had a different question.
Okay.
What?
So let's go with this, right?
Yeah, we had a different question.
Which one? Who is asking the question? Is it? So let's
Which one?
one thing.
Yeah.
Which one?
So one of you, Hufflepuff, has to ask a question. So
Okay.
will it be Vihan asking that question, or Akash asking that question, or Divyesh?
Wait, but wait. So we can ask the madam, what did the horses drink, right?
That's a common. In fact, by the way, this was interesting. I got 2 questions from both of you. Each one of you wanted to ask the other person.
So the question that we wrote was second one said, "What do Madam?"
Yeah, but we're not allowed to ask that one.
Yeah.
Because the other team also.
In fact, what happened was both Hufflepuff and Ravenclaw both asked the same question. What do Madame Maxine's horses have to drink? It was very interesting that both of you came up with the same question.
Wait, what? When did Ravenclaw ask?
When they sent it to me, it was the same, right?
Okay, so
Should Ravenclaw ask that?
They didn't ask it here, but you also didn't ask it, right? So I said we will not have that question because both of you were asking the same question. I can either allocate 1 point to each one of you because both of you know the answers, right?
Okay, so should I ask the question again?
Now remember, we have about 3 minutes left. Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to allow 1 question because Akash, you have been asking that question, and we'll let everybody else ask that question. Akash, why don't you ask that question?
Huh?
Ask your question.
Okay. What did Moody mistake for a basilisk egg?
Okay, what did Moody mistake for a basilisk egg?
Yeah.
Vivan.
Was it the golden egg that they got? No.
Okay, that's not the answer. Vihan, you have an answer?
Wait, huh?
Do you have an answer to Akash's question?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm on Becky.
That's okay. This was an open question to everybody because it's the last question.
Oh, I know it.
Okay, so but I think given the time, we have to declare the team that wins. It obviously is Hufflepuff wins today's round. Hufflepuff with 4 points, Ravenclaw with 3.5 points. So a big claps to Hufflepuff team. By the way, Hufflepuff came out with some very, very tough questions. Okay, now I wanted to spend a couple of minutes asking you, did you like to talk like this? Did you like this session? Did you like talking to each other, talking about a book that you like, thinking about how the book is?
Yeah.
Did you like this session? Were you excited?
Mm-hmm.
So one of the key things that I would like us to do is, as we book through the books, is 1, think about how, remember, there was no Harry Potter. The book always came out of completely from one person's mind. Can you imagine how beautiful that mind is? That she could conceive this entire world of wizardry all by herself. Right? Can you imagine what she thought through as she wrote this book? And all of you, I'm sure, write your own stuff. You write very well. So just think, imagine yourself. How would you be as a part of the character? How can you create your own creative world? Can you create your own world like how JK did?
Wait.
Yeah, Akash.
Also, remember I asked a question last week I told them to come up with the answer this week.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. Repeat the question again.
It was what is who is Bellatrix and Andromeda Black mom name?
Okay. Do you know the answer?
I think I know it.
Go ahead.
I think I know it.
Go ahead.
I
Vihan.
think it's Wahlberga Black. Wahlberga Black.
That's Sirius and Regulus Black's mom, but
Okay. So,
Then I don't know
Vivan.
that.
I'm thinking. 1 second. I think I know this.
but I don't think it's in the books.
It's
I don't-
okay. Yeah, I don't know.
So, Akash, what do you want to give the answer?
Huh?
Give the answer.
Yeah, sure. It's Druella Black.
Wow.
It's Druella.
So, anyway, by the way, first of all, thank you a lot, folks. It was fun. I loved, I remember reading Harry Potter a long time back, but it was fun just talking to you all. You are all experts, man. Seriously, experts on Harry Potter field. So it was it was really fun talking to you guys. Hope you continue reading, and what I will do is one last comment from each one of you, and we'll close. I think we lost Adi, but one last comment from each one of you. Adi is also coming back. So I wanted one comment from each one of you before we close it. So we'll start with Akash. Did you like it? How did you do it? What did you have fun?
Well, I really like the quiz one where we all asked each other questions.
Okay.
And
any other favorite books?
Oh, my favorite book? My favorite book is The Goblet of Fire.
Okay, great. Okay. Let's move to Divyam.
I like the quiz, and I like that when we had when you're asking each other one question, right? Everyone I like that. So, yeah, and Akash, my favorite book is also Goblet of Fire.
Wonderful, wonderful. Adi.
Yeah. I think my favorite book was probably the first one. I think the first book is what really got me interested in Harry Potter. This was really fun. I really learned how much I really actually knew about Harry Potter compared to what I thought I knew.
Wonderful, wonderful. And your favorite book is the first book, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Vihan.
My favorite book.
Hey, folks, can everybody go on mute? Yeah, go ahead.
My favorite book is the Half-Blood Prince, but my favorite movie is the Goblet of Fire.
Oh, nice. And what did you like about today? Did you like it today? The quiz? What else did you like?
Yeah, I liked we had teams and played against each other. And if we do this again, maybe we could have Gryffindor against Slytherin.
Perfect. Who wants to be a part of Slytherin then? Okay, you want to be a part of Slytherin. Okay, and we won. Okay. Yeah, and think about maybe we can do it another one with another book of Harry Potter. We'll see. Okay, or any other book. And let's go to finally Vivan.
So I enjoyed the part where we each asked each other one question. That was interesting. I enjoyed it overall. My favorite book is probably Harry Potter and the Cursed Child.
Oh, that's the one which is after that, right?
Yeah.
Wonderful. So it was good fun, folks. By the way, for
Wait,
me,
isn't the Cursed Child?
Go ahead. Go ahead,
But
Vihan.
is the cursed child? Isn't it just some lines for the play?
Yeah, isn't it just a script?
Kind of. So like with Shakespeare, it's the screenplay, but you can still read it in the book form, like as a book. Kind of like with Shakespeare, where you can read the book, but also like watch the.
Wow. By the way, thank you a lot. All of you were great today. I learned a lot myself, and I really, I used to like Harry Potter. It was fun, but this gives me a chance to again relive it. It's very nice to again look at the whole the whole picture, the whole book, and say, okay, this is how the book flowed. This is the connecting. The best thing I like about it is connecting the dots. Those small incidents that happen, which you don't give too much of importance, but they all become important later on. So it was fun, and you were a fantastic panelist. It was wonderful. What I realized is some of the ideas that you brought to the table, like having a quiz competition, having a competitive event. So you should make it fun for yourself. That's the whole plan. So figure out if there are any books that you want us to talk about. Just raise and say, okay, we want to talk about this book, and let's organize another book chat. Next week, I think we have Percy Jackson. So we'll see how it happens. Okay? Thank you very much. And by the way, do you want to give a nice, for all the audience who was there? Thank you very much for the audience. I know that I saw a couple of other comments. Let me see if I'm getting any more comments. No.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, guys. And I'll close the broadcast now. And I'm going to be ending the broadcast to YouTube. And then we will close it here. Thank you very much.
Bye.
1 minute. Yeah. Go ahead.